Cool, now rock the shoulders. Perfect.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a pretty unpopular topic. We're gonna go everything to do with putting. I've got my coach here, Matt, AKA Efficient Golf.
Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about putting. I know this is one of the things that I struggle the most, as you've probably seen playing with me.
You're right. You know,
No.
You somewhat know what you're doing.
But yeah, let's get straight into it.
Cool, man. Hey guys, so we're starting off here, doing a bit of a stroke assessment. We've picked a nice neutral putt here. What's that, 8 feet?
Yeah, about 10 feet, yeah.
So we're going to get Chang here to hit a few putts. We're going to get a rough reference of the stroke, of the setup, look at things like eye line, path, face, how we're approaching impact with, you know, launch angle, topspin, that kind of stuff. So Chang, go through 3-4 putts here, mate.
Okay, all right, just my normal
Stock stroke.
Yep,
We've already
okay.
hit a couple here, so we know it's rolling reasonably straight. Cool. So there is a little left to right breeze, but obviously
Okay.
you have pushed that a touch.
Did I push it?
So when I hit the first couple, it was almost a couple of inches right to left, and then the wind straightened
Right.
it.
And this is set up so that if I do it correctly,
Yeah.
it'll go in?
If you leave the ball basically right off the edge of this,
Yeah.
it should go in the middle.
Okay. All right.
Good. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I definitely focus more on getting it through that line.
Nice. Hit the next one with the vivid line straight to start. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of slow-mo action here on the phone. Hold tight. We're going to get a rough idea of the stroke bias going on. Okay, so I've set this neutral to his line on the putter and off the end there, so we're going to get a real good look at what's going on. Okay, so you might have hit a good putt there, but the wind picked up a little. Do you feel like, or did you feel like you pushed
I felt
it?
like I pushed it a little bit,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So I'm looking at this last stroke here. You'll see your line started to drift right of that orange line on the mat.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah.
So let's say maybe you were 1 or 2 degrees too far in to out, hence a little bit of the push.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to bring it in a bit much.
Too much in, too much down?
Push it out, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
I get so shaky.
A little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm noticing as well, maybe the shoulders are a little bit
Disconnected?
internal, a little bit reaching forward.
Okay.
So I'm going to video full swing, full body now.
Yep.
And we're going to discuss potentially slightly different way to set the arms.
Okay.
So for this camera angle, I'm going a little bit more down Chang's forearm line, checking his body line. Before we were looking at more stroke.
The face was definitely open. I pushed up. Oh no, I pulled it, but I felt like the face was open.
Okay.
That's what it felt like.
Okay. It definitely looks like the elbows are coming off a little too much. It looks like there's a
Okay.
lot of space under there.
Yeah.
So potentially where you feel like you might get a little bit wavy can definitely be these taking over rather than, let's say, maybe a little bit of the chest and the upper back.
Okay.
Which, you know, is some of my preference, and definitely, obviously golf's a very subtle sport, so I think if there's a little bit too much movement through here, misstrike, little pull, little push, subtlety, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's never a straight pop for me. I usually pull a lot most of the times, but if I leave the club face, it just, I pull and push.
Yeah.
Because, the club face is open.
Okay, can you just flatten the mat down a little bit? It's a little bit... Cool, so we're just taking a face-on shot here. We've got the camera set up, so we're just seeing how the shaft is being delivered, how the arms are being delivered. Okay, yeah, so we're seeing a little bit of both, aren't we?
Yeah.
So let's have a look at this. So definitely shafts back to start. Ball's quite far forward off your left there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're delivering too much loft there. So if you've got a 4-degree putter, and looking at this video here, the shaft, we've probably kicked the head under 1 or 2 degrees. So that definitely tells me there's probably a little bit of right hand kicking under there.
Okay.
So maybe you get early with that, hence the pull. Maybe you're a little bit late, block it. So see under your armpits there?
It's coming off.
Yeah, I think there's too much of this elbow movement going on. I know it's very subtle and we're only hitting a short putt.
Yeah.
But the longer that goes, the more...
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
more off the
Especially
body.
with the longer putts, it would definitely be like this.
Yeah.
Completely disconnected.
Okay. So let's make a little tweak. We'll stay on the mat here for a few more. Just going to do a little check, a little eye line check as well. Cool. Reasonably over it. Maybe come in 1/2 inch, so then you can reconnect. Yep, perfect. Cool. Bring this elbow slightly more in. Same with that one.
Yep.
Tuck it in. So the sensation should be like there's a slight retraction going on, but we almost feel as if we're twisting these forearms under.
Okay,
which
both
is,
of them.
Yeah, which is a little bit more of the external connected position compared to Chang was getting a little internal and off the body. So, you know, I don't want you to feel tight or anything, but I want you to feel like there's a touch more engagement up in the back here.
Yep.
Okay, eye line looks good. So feel if it's a little bit more from the chest and the upper back. Feel like it's that upper half rotating. The hands and elbows are staying slightly more stable.
Okay. Dead arms at the moment. I'm just kind of locking my arms and my hands and then just rocking my shoulders.
So face angle's left of the cup at the moment, so just tweak that open just to here. More on the white line down there. Yep, there. And now we're going to set the shaft slightly forward. Because if we've got 4-degree lofted putter, we want to set a little bit more impact pressure through this lead side. Because Chang has a nice upward stroke, but he was definitely just kicking this right hand under. So the feeling here would be slightly more set, a little bit more connection. So see that shaft angle, there's a couple of degrees forward.
Yep.
So if we're hitting the ball a little bit more intent this way, and it's a very subtle rock up motion. Let's say you were starting too neutral and you were kicking it.
Right, okay.
You're kicking it under there.
Yeah.
And I've seen this on the course as well for you.
Yeah, okay.
So a little bit of shaft lean, maintain a bit of that structure. Face angle still left, open it up a touch. Yep, perfect. Trust that. So use the bigger muscles to rock. Yeah, pure. That was a good putt.
Okay.
That was a good putt. I think the wind again.
Yeah.
Cool. Hit one more like that. What'd you feel on that one? Did it feel a little more stable on the club face?
Yeah, I think so. It's just at the moment I'm just feeling very soft in the arms, and then just rocking my shoulders.
Rock the baby, man.
Yeah.
Rock the baby.
That's right. Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So a bit closer.
Yeah.
Forearms in.
Yeah. So we want the
Little
shoulder
shaft
rock
lean.
to happen from in here.
Yeah.
Face angle's good. Cool. Now rock the shoulders. Perfect. So you delivered it right off the edge, right? Stroke looked very stable. Lead arms didn't necessarily shoot off.
Okay.
What did it feel?
Can I see you do some putting as well, Matt? Just
Sure,
so that you can actually show it properly.
Okay, so I'm a big vivid guy. I like to sort of have this running right where I want to obviously start the ball. In this case, it's pretty neutral putt, and I've obviously got a mat down, so I'm just trying to get this nice and lined up. I'm going to get in here, try to set my face as neutral to that white line as possible.
Okay.
And
Would
then-
you say this is a really good investment to have for putting?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I'm a strong believer, and you gotta feel as if, well, you've got to believe that every putt is straight. So if you're producing a reasonably neutral, repeatable stroke, and you know the start line to that, and then the second half to that is obviously reading the green.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, I'm over the ball, I'm looking at this vivid line, I'm just imagining every putt is straight,
Yep.
and then I've calculated the
Okay.
break from there.
I'm gonna see this mat like in my head every time I putt.
Oh yeah. So there's my little preset of the elbows, slight connection down into the lower lat is what I feel. There's my shaft lean forward. Watch how the elbows and hands are going to stay reasonably still, and it's going to be a little bit more of this motion happening. Okay, that was a subtle push. Okay, face is square, hands slightly forward.
Wow, that's amazing, Matt.
Okay.
That looks so good and so square.
I try to keep, like putting should not be fancy, right?
A lot of people actually don't really talk about putting a lot, do they?
No.
But it is one of the most important things, I think.
It is. I definitely think for potentially the higher handicap, you got to learn to hit 7-iron, 6-iron driver. You got to get the ball down there.
Yeah.
But I think this is definitely where you can save a lot of shots. Potentially, if you're already around that 90 mark, around that 80 mark, this will definitely, understanding your stroke, understanding how to read the greens. For most people, there's 2 or 3 shots.
Yep.
Easy. You can, you can do better from.
Yeah. And I want you guys to also watch Matt's head as well.
Very still.
Very still.
So it's this rock, stabilizing the knees, stabilizing the head. It's that movement there. So really trying to eliminate as many moving parts as possible.
That is so pure. I'm proud to call you my coach.
You're welcome, sir. So to recap there, that was more of a stroke assessment. You know, we weren't too focused on outcome there. We were looking at a little bit more of the structure of the player, how the putter head moved. We can definitely go into more of that with slow-mo from different angles to really paint the picture, but I've played with Chang enough, I've coached him enough to have a rough idea of how his putting is. So yeah, we hit a few checkpoints, tidied up one or two things, tried to minimize the overall movement or take away more unnecessary movement to hopefully produce a more stable club face, stable stroke when we get down to impact there.
Yeah. This is actually my very first lesson on putting with you, isn't it?
Yeah, we got more work. Yeah.
So I think this comes in very handy as well.
Yeah.
Not specifically this brand. I think there's tons of
There's
aids
heaps.
out there.
You can get mirror line.
Yeah.
I know I checked Chang's eye line there, so you can get same setup with a mirror. You can assess where your eye line sits. Most good putters are reasonably eye line is right over the ball to start. So you know if you're there or thereabouts, it's a good checkpoint to have.
The best part about practicing putting is always you can do it at home.
Exactly. Like when I was playing more serious golf, night before, morning of, putting on the mat, something like that, carpet at home, it's a neutral lie most of the time. So you can just go fully zone into the actual stroke aspect of it.
No
Obviously
excuses.
after that, then it's more reading and distance control and all the extras. But you know, stroke assessment, I highly recommend get something with some reference points on it to keep the stroke nice and calibrated.
Well, thank you, Matt. Guys, make sure you check him out. I'll link all his socials in the description. He's very knowledgeable, very personalized as well. Yeah, I love you.
Love you too, man.